Hi friends, welcome back. Today is going to be a bit of an experiment. It's my first get ready with me video. So I'm just going to take you through what I would generally do when I'm getting ready to go out somewhere special. I will have my glasses on and off because I can't see with them and I can't see without them. Just at that sort of time in my life where I don't need to wear glasses full time, but I still need to wear them to be able to see. So just really quickly, I'm just going to put a few curlers in my hair, a few rollers. Just get this up and off my face. So I'm wondering how everybody is after the Christmas break, and if in fact there was a break, or if it was a really busy time of year for you, or whether it was quiet, or whatever you had the opportunity to do. I hope you got to spend some time with family or some friends. I was lucky enough to be able to do that, have my beautiful daughters home, and my beautiful sister hosted Christmas again this year. She has been doing that the last few years. We're all very spoiled and very lucky to have her. She has a beautiful property, a nice big pool, so the kids can... I'm just trying to think if they did swim this year. I think they did. But they can jump in, have a swim. Time has gone by so very quickly. They're all grown up now, but I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. I hope you were able to give some beautiful gifts and perhaps even received some nice things that you've been wishing for all year. It's such a beautiful time of year to be able to give and celebrate the people that we love in our life. Or just to have a bit of a step back and a little bit of a break. It can be a very, very busy time building up to that, building up to Christmas. And then a bit of a wind down after Christmas and heading into the new year. I know for myself for New Year, I just enjoyed the banks of the river. Okay, hair's up. We will leave curlers in for a while. I would generally give that a bit of a spray with a little bit of a light hairspray or a setting spray, heat it up with some rollers, heat it up with some heat, and let it dry. So I'm really a bit all over the shop. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but I do know that I wanted to work with this new shadow that I have from Yves and Laurent. It's one of the Clutch palettes. It's number 710, and I think it is called Overcurl. And oops, it's gorgeous palette. I've seen it demonstrated many times. I haven't tried it yet myself. This is the first time, but I've been really keen to give this one a go. I don't really see how I can go wrong. These are beautiful neutral tones. It's perfect for my skin colouring, and I think fairly state. There's a beautiful topper shade in there, so to add a little bit of glitter, a little bit of shimmer, I should say. And apart from that, they appear to be quite matte. So to get started, I'm going to go in and try my Guerlain primer. I know I've said to you in the past that I've had I had a little bit of trouble with the Guerlain primer and the foundation, and I have said to you that I've figured out how to use the foundation, and I've switched out this primer and used my Giorgio Armani primer, and that's working beautifully with the foundation. However, this primer I'm going to try today in reverse, and I'm going to try the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation with that. The Luminous Silk foundation it's just one of the best foundations on the market, absolutely beautiful. And on me, it can still be just a tiny little bit oily on my skin. That's on me only. But so I thought what I'm going to do today is try the Guerlain primer and see if I can get this to work. So this primer, it is in very much a gel format. I can really smell the alcohol in here, which straight away it tells me that it's going to have that mattifying effect on the skin. But as I've said before, that's not a criticism, because that is actually what the foundation that was launched with this primer, that is what was the whole thing, that it's a matte finish. So I'm not being critical, I'm just saying that is what I'm thinking is going on. It's because it does have quite that ingredient of alcohol, that it's quite drying. And what was happening is that when I would go to put on the mattifying foundation over the top, it was just far too matte for my skin. I think I had a little bit of pilling and some patchiness. So let's see, let's hope today I get a better result. So I'm going to go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in shade 5.5. This, as I said, this is an absolutely gorgeous foundation. That looks looking really good already. Oh gosh, I love that. I'm actually really loving that, because normally, as I said, as much as I love this foundation, it was just that tiny bit too shiny for me, for my skin. So if I can get this balance with using the Guerlain primer, which is mattifying, and then use this foundation over the top, I think I have found a solution to two products which I haven't been reaching for as much, because just on their own, in their own rights, they were not perfect for me, but I think they're going to be now. I've actually been a really loyal customer of Giorgio Armani for some years. I've been lucky enough, let me think, not 2024, it must have been 2023, and I was invited to attend their end of year function in Melbourne. It was held at a beautiful French restaurant. Gosh, what an event that was. It was so beautifully done. I was able to bring somebody with me, so I brought my daughter with me, and oh gosh, it was just amazing. Beautiful food, a full 3-course meal, beautiful cocktails and wines, and they also did a fabulous demonstration. If you ever watch Giorgio Armani live demonstrations, I think his name's Jason. Oh no, I don't think it's Jason. I can't quite think of his name. He was there with his other makeup artists. They did a demonstration, and it was just absolutely wonderful. Such a beautiful night, and this restaurant was amazing. And I was fortunate enough to be invited again this year, and I was going right up until the last minute, and I'm just trying to think, something happened, and I wasn't able to attend, which was really disappointing. But hopefully I get invited this year, 2025. So Oh, I'm really happy with that foundation. I'm so glad that I've tried it with that Guerlain primer. What a fantastic result. So something else I've been meaning to say on this channel is that I think I can't see that I'm always going to be able to demonstrate the latest releases of every single product. Just while I'm talking about that, I shall get my concealer, which I've forgotten. I say that because so far this year we've already seen, well, not so much in Australia, but we've already seen the release of some of the spring collections from Dior. I'm just trying to think what else I might have seen. So I've seen some from Dior, seen something else as well. And I'm just thinking, look, if there's items that don't really appeal to me, which were the really light pastel colours, then I'm not going to bring them to the channel to demonstrate to you, unless of course I'm asked to do so. I won't worry about that. So, I just think too that sometimes it can be really quite overwhelming. So many different products that are being launched, and you know, we're all thinking, oh, we need to keep up with what's new, with what's fashionable, with what's just been released, and I personally don't agree with that, and that's not going to be my ethos with this channel. It's going to be more around focusing on our beauty, particularly as we age, accessible products, but it's going to be about working with and enhancing what we already have, what beauty we already have. I've never been somebody that's followed trends. I mean, of course, you know, with clothing and beauty, that type of thing, they all go hand in hand. I've probably always been a little bit slow on the pick up with clothing as well, to be honest. I mean, we want to stay fashionable, but I refuse. If something has been launched or released that just does not suit me, doesn't appeal to me, I'm not, you know, grabbing for it, then I'm not going to use it or wear it just purely because it's fashionable. And I just felt it was important to say that, because I've been uninspired, unfortunately, so far this year with what I've seen that's been released. But this is not, as I said, not Australia, just in the UK or in America. And I'm thinking, well, if that's what we've got to look forward to, I may not be presenting it here on my channel. I think the other one was Chanel. That's right. There was a big oversized palette in Chanel, which I do quite like. I've seen a few different demonstrations. Some demonstrations I like of it. Other demonstrations I've thought, oh no, I don't think that's going to be right for me, even though the colours sometimes appear to look really nice. It's the really big oversized palette in one about this size, but it's got sort of bronzies and soft peaches in there. So I thought it was important that I say that to you, that, you know, every time there's a new product released, don't think that I'm going to be demonstrating that, because I may not be rushing out to get it. If something comes along that I really love and I haven't got in my collection, then by all means, yes, I will be showing, I will be purchasing and demonstrating that to you. Okay, my brows. Always a bit of a nightmare, actually, trying to get them just into the right shape. Trying to fill them a little bit. just go as quickly as I can. So this is Benefit Brow. This is a Benefit product. I like this because the lead in the pencil is so super fine. You can really almost draw or sketch the hair on the brows, and it gives great pigment. So quite often it's hard to get the combination of two. You might get a very, very fine pencil, but you're finding that you've got to add an awful lot of pressure to get any payback on the colour. So I'm still using this, and I've been talking about it for a while, that I'm trying to find an alternative, just because it shouldn't take me as long as what it does to do my eyebrows. It should just be quite a quick, well, I think it could be a quick process. But anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. Eyebrows, frame to the face. Don't care what anyone says, we can't not have eyebrows. And something else I wanted to say too. I've worked in this, well, I'm not that I work in this industry now, but I did work in this industry many years ago for a long time. And I don't know if I'm missing the loop here, but whenever new colour ranges were launched, it was always coincidental with when the fashion industry was producing their latest, or releasing their latest items on the catwalk. And quite often the makeup reflected on what we were seeing, and it was designed to work that way, that the makeup reflected what we were seeing in the latest fashion trends. So if all the trends for that season were you know, just say high gloss, high shimmer, high whatever, then that's what the makeup would reflect, and naturally also the colours. But it was the fabric, and the structure and all of that in the fashion industry, which then fed into the beauty industry. Now, I don't know if that still happens. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just very ill-informed, but I feel that I don't seem to see that, and unless I'm just becoming a little bit confused, because, you know, when you're watching a lot of the presentations on YouTube, they are from America, so our seasons are reversed. Perhaps that's what it is, but yes, I don't hear it very often around the makeup industry that it's a reflection of what's happening in the fashion industry as far as fabrics and structures and that type of thing. Okay, so we have now the concealer completed, and what I would like to do now is make a start on the shadows. So I'm going to go in with my nice big brush, and I'm going to go in with this medium shade here. I'm going to start with the medium shade, then gradually work up using this deeper shade, and then focusing on this very, very deep chocolate brown, more a tiny bit in the crease, maybe to stamp some along my lid, and bring in the topper as well. So we'll just make a start with these. These Yves Saint Laurent shadows have quite a lot of pigment, so probably go in subtly to start with. So I'm just going to go in and go across my contouring bone with that really soft brown. Such a beautiful colour. Look at that. Gorgeous. Like I said, it's the first time I've used these, so this is going to be a nice surprise for me as well. But I know with the other one that I've got, the Over Noir, which is the silvers and the really dark, almost, well, it is black. That's so heavily pigmented. I've got to be really careful with that one. Okay, so just following that orbital bone, that contour line, crease, as it might be called. And also I am quite generously bringing it down underneath the eye as well, because it's a very subtle, it is actually a very subtle colour. So you're just going to get this beautiful wash with really without seeing where that shadow is going. So next I'm going to come in with a slightly deeper colour, and we're going to follow that crease bone all the way across and just bring it down into the V as well, into the very outer V. And down into the, just under the eye, just a gentle wash underneath the eye. So we're having quite a time of heat at the moment. I'll be interested to hear from you and know whether or not you're experiencing the same thing. You can probably hear my air conditioner going like mad in the background. Had a couple of days of high 30s. So you can see with these shadows, they're just so easy to manipulate, so easy to move, to blend. The formula's gorgeous, it's so creamy. And I'm then going to come in the very deep chocolate colour, and I'm just going to tap because I'm not sure of what the payoff is going to be. I'm expecting it to be big. I'm just going to tap on the very outer corner. And then bring that into the crease. So you see, tapping very outer corner, then bringing up into the crease. And like I always say to you, stand back, have a look and think about what you're trying to create. For me, I'm trying to create this elongated look, this uplifting look. I'm going to come in again, just push that colour into the very outer corner of my eye. With whatever's left on the brush, bring it up onto the crease bone. Sometimes we have to just play a bit to get our eyes to look the shape. I very much have one eye different to the other. So this eye here, I always need just a little bit more contouring, a little bit more depth. Going to come back in to the very lightest colour and just blend that onto the mobile eyelid area. And down into the corner of the eye. And then I'm going to come into the very pretty shimmer topper and just to the very center of the mobile eye. I'm going to come back with a very fine tapered brush, and I've loaded that up quite a bit with the deep brown, and I'm just going to stamp that really close to my lashes. These colours are amazing. I mean, they don't look like anything, you know, revolutionary in the palette, but they have such a gorgeous finish on the eye. And I'm just blending that. So I stamp, right just into the lash area, just above the lash area, stamp that in, and then just blending across. So again, it's creating some thickness here, some depth, creating that look. I'm going to just clean off my brush. So I'm going to come in with the medium shade brown, and just bring that underneath the bottom lash. Little feathery strokes, blending the whole time inwards. And then with a little fine Rapha brush, I'm going to come in with a tiny bit of the very dark, and just little wispy, very gentle wispy strokes underneath the lash line, only the smallest amount. These colours do carry, this particular one carries a lot of pigment, so do just go carefully with it. You can always add more, and you can always blend out, but sometimes blending out takes an awful lot of effort. I'm going to come in with a Victorian Beckham. I'm using a black kohl pencil. You don't need to. You can use a really dark brown. And can you see I'm just using very light, barely touching. This inner rim of the eye. Again, it's going to depend on the shape of your eye. You've got to visualize how you want it to look. If you've got a very different facial structure to me, very different eye structure to me, what I do may not always work for you. So I've got a lot of space that I can work with. Not all of you have. So those shadows are just outstanding. Come in with some black mascara. And I'm going to coat, oh, bit of a hiccup there, but anyway, that's okay. We'll pretend that's not there. I'm going to coat the very outer layer. So the very outer edges of the lash, these out here, is where we want to try to focus a bit more mascara, a bit more length. This is just a new mascara, so sometimes they're quite wet when you first go to use them. I always find, you know, a couple of weeks into a new mascara is when it's at its best. Okay, so we'll just leave that one for a moment. I'm wanting to come in and do a tiny bit of contour. And I am using the Dior contour stick. I have forgotten which number it is, but I will leave all the details down the bottom for you. You remember from other videos I've talked to you about contour. We want it to come just under the cheekbone. We don't want it right in the hollow, but just under the cheekbone, because we want to create the illusion of depth or shadow. So we're going to push, push, push on this product. Blend up into the temple. It's giving us this beautiful structure to the face. So again, just pushing into the product up underneath the cheekbone. And next, we're just going to try to contour out our jawbone. So I don't want it right underneath the jawbone, because it's going to again have that dragging effect on our face. So just right on or slightly above that bone. And even before I blend, you can see how it has the illusion of creating that shadow underneath the jawbone. By creating that shadow, it gives us a sharpness, like a neat structure to our skin, to our the shape of our face. And I think, you know, as we are getting older, and we're starting to lose that elasticity and the firmness in our face, particularly these little jowly areas here, we can really use makeup to give the illusion that there's still some sharpness and definition to the jawbone area. That's so very flattering. Next I'm coming in with another Dior product. Now this is their Luminizer, I think it's called. It's called something Glow, Forever Glow, a maximizer maybe. Again, a lot of pigment in this product. This foundation is so radiant, it looks amazing. From experience, I'm only going in with one tiny little touch here. You may think, oh, that looks like a bronzer, or it looks like a blush, but it's actually not. It just gives, I tend to come in and just sort of pat, 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 move the product around, and it just gives this magnificent, it really warms up the skin, really warms it up. It's not a blusher, it's not a bronzer, it doesn't have that much integrity, but it just has this beautiful, beautiful glow. Now for the blush, I'm going to come in with Dior's Beige. This is in light coral. Came in 5 different colours, I believe. So I'm going to come in with, it's highlighter, contour or bronze, and then blush. I'm going to come in with the contour and just go over where I have already contoured. Just to sculpt a little bit more, and it just softens as well of where there has been a cream product. I'm then going to come in with, this is the BK brush, BK Beauty. It's a little bit of a firmer, number 107, a little bit firmer, and I'm going to pick up some of the coral blush, and just tapping that right on the top of my cheekbone area. Adding some warmth to the skin, and I think, you know, blusher, it just sort of blends, pulls everything together. And then with the highlighter, a small amount on the very top of the cheekbone, just to give some beautiful glow, and bring some down the center of the nose as well. Just gives beautiful glow. I'm going to come back and finish off a little bit of mascara, tiny bit on the bottom lash, focusing again to the outer area. It's such a beautiful look. It's fantastic on brown eyes. I think it would be great on hazel or blue eyes, anybody really. These colours are just so stunning. Okay, let's move on to lips. Now, I did have a lip pencil here. Now I don't know what I've done with it. Okay. So this is Anastasia Beverly Hills lip pencil. I've got quite a few in my collection. I'm really enjoying these. They're traditional, old school lead, medium. They're not soft and smudgy. I don't find they move or bleed. And just ever so lightly, just to the very outer edge. And you can see I have one lip, part of my lip that's fuller. This side here is fuller than this side. So I'm just going to push some lip pencil to the very outer edge. Just to try to even that up a little bit. I think that's worked. So I've been wanting to, I don't think I've used this colour yet. This is one of the Dior colours that came out with the Christmas launch, and I cannot see that. Magnifying glass is too far away. One of their glitter. They're not really a glitter, they're not a full glitter. Lipsticks, they're just gorgeous. These are the ones that if you wait a couple of minutes and then rub your lips together, you'll see this pop of reflect. Love the applicator. You can draw with this. Give that just a couple of seconds, but what a fabulous colour. I'll just give that a second. What I always finish off with is my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Would always give my skin a really good pump of that. I haven't gone in with powder as yet, so I might just finish off, come in with some of my Chanel loose powder. It's just totally transparent. It's really fine. And I'm just going to go into the areas that I know I'm going to shine, even though I'm not really feeling it now. I think that is such a gorgeous look. Okay, let's do the lip roll and see if we can see the little bits of glitter that come. I can see in this mirror. It's so pretty, so elegant, and it's not tacky. It's not like, don't be afraid if you don't have any. Oh, I don't actually. I think they're all sold out anyway. I was going to say, if you are thinking about getting these, or even next year if you do, don't feel that they're going to be a full-on glitter sparkle on your lips, because they're just not. So look, I'm really happy with that look. I love it. I will probably just jazz it up a little bit more before I head out. Just to finish, we will take these rollers out and I can show you really and truly the full finished look. There's always one pin I can't find. There we go. These big Velcro rollers are fab to add a little bit of height to the hair. Look at that already. Gosh, so beautiful. Just push that into place. Hair is not that's not my jam, I'm afraid. So you'll have to watch somebody else for hair tutorials, but I think that looks just lovely. I'm so happy with that eyeshadow. So Yves Saint Laurent, I will leave all the details, all the colours in the description box. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Please stay well and stay safe.